when you look through like history and like you think about how people lived, like imagine like you lived during like the world wars, you know? You must have thought like it was the end of the world. And maybe for like some people it was because they lost like so much from it. But like thinking about like nowadays, it feels like a real end of the world situation where like housing is all the way up, uh people are coming in, there's like a mass of everyone existing, there's too many people on the earth, too many people in too many countries, uh violence is rising, especially over in America where like all this shit is happening. And all anybody can talk about is like, oh, Bad Bunny performed all in Spanish during the Super. Like, who gives a fuck? Who actually gives a shit about that? Like, there's wars going on everywhere, and all this shit, and like all you can complain about is a Spanish guy is singing. Oh no, they're singing. No. Oh, they sound horrible. Oh fuck. Oh no. Who actually cares, man? It's just, I don't know. Maybe like Americans can explain it. It's it's actually crazy in America. Like, sorry to bring this back to like wrestling or whatever the fuck, but the amount of people who like I see on TikTok or whatever, and it's literally all about race over there. Like, all anybody talks about is like, oh, why isn't there enough Hispanic people here, black people or whatever, and it's like, really? Like, I understand like, oh, people have to be there, whatever, but in like WWE right now, there's so many like black wrestlers and especially like Hispanic right now on the main roster getting like this massive push. The next generation is three like black guys who like all kind of have their own thing, their own characters, and they're getting major pushes. But like all I see on TikTok or Instagram about it is like the lack of, and it's like, well, I'm not saying all of it because it's specifically like five people who are black themselves, like wholly in group, you know? Like just enjoy like the product at that point if you're gonna be so, I don't know. The people with the loudest voices always have the fucking dumbest opinion ever. Ever. And it fucking drives me crazy every time I hear it. Cause like think about it, people who like actually have ideas and all that shit, they're not gonna be going off making TikToks. They're gonna actually try and like write something about it and like structure it. And most of the people on TikTok, their ideas are gonna be literally the most schizophrenic slop ever based on what they grew up on. And that's my opinion. That's my opinion. For me, this is just like speaking into the ether and hoping at least somebody can hear it, you know? But like on TikTok, it's like you're genuinely getting like some message across. For me, this is more like ASMR, pencil, drawing, yapping, raging, ranting, full of hate, you know? Oh, we got a difficult situation now. Oh no. Do we go lower or do we go higher? Mm, fuck it. I think this looks nicer. Well, oops. That's what strong is about, you know? You make these split decision guesses and that's how it turns out, you know? It's not that bad. I could never like give a tutorial for something because it feels very not that like I'm very structured, but it's more just like I have so much to talk about like things that it feels like making something and structuring it would be annoying as shit. She's wearing a tank top. Yeah. Oh, that makes more sense. And that's her boob. No, it's not. We might we might cut up around here. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Ah, shit. Yeah, we'll cut off around here. Ugh, that's annoying. We move, though, we move. Might as well do this one. Quite happy with it. It looks really nice. It's just... Holy fuck. I didn't really think about the fingers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 1. Wait. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah. Okay. We gotta make a little thumb here, I guess. Oh, what the hell? No, we don't. Do we? No, we gotta make a little pinky. Little pinky. Good enough. I swear I don't use AI. Only to cheat on my exams. I got into an argument. Well, not an argument. I got into like discussion about it the other day, and I think some people are genuinely fucking stupid. Like, if they don't see the change has came for the use of AI. AI is like the new Google, pretty much. And like, you might not like when I say something like that, but it's true. It organizes literally. It like saves you so much time and so much effort. That it should be like the new thing. And I understand like, oh, but you need to understand the topic and all this, but the thing is, AI can break down like the topic into most easiest, simplest form of words that you can understand it in. And if you want to like, if you really want to know it, then you can go off and kind of learn it for yourself at that point, if it's really, really bothering you. Oh, I did a good job of this. I'm just quite forgetful when it comes to like the simplest of details. You know, like, you have this, sometimes like there's this romantification, a romance of the past is what I'm trying to say, about like people who you used to know and like all these things and the idea about it, and then like looking back without those like glasses and like you realize, oh shit, oh fuck, that happened, you know? Like, I was thinking about like my cousin the other like day, because my grandma like passed recently, and like everyone came to visit. She died like the best possible death. She was surrounded by like everyone she loved, and like I believe in heaven now, because like I generally think she was such a perfect person throughout her life that like, where do you go from that besides like some sort of afterlife, you know? That's how I see it, at least. Like, I'll tell you about it later, but basically what I was trying to get on is like, my cousin, I haven't met him in like ages, and he normally just talks to my brother instead of like me. But I remember like, oh, he used to be so cool. We used to have so much fun together. And like, I'm looking back now and I'm like, well, he used to dangle me from the balcony by my legs. Like, I was upside down. He was holding me by like like the ends of here dangling me across a two like story fucking balcony. And you're like, oh shit, you like remember you like you can wake up from the past, you know? And realize, oh well, wow, holy shit, that did happen, you know? And it's crazy to think about, especially because we were so young. I was like 6 at that time. Uh, and I might as well. I have like 5 minutes to talk about my grandmother. I like when they were giving a speech about like her whole life. I was like, holy shit! There's some things I never like knew about my grandmother, because she was always this like nice old lady who would always like help us cook the best food ever. But she had an incredible life for like she grew up in like she was 95, 96 nearly when she died. And so let's say 100 years ago. Uh she grew up at the age of 20, both of her parents died. Uh from that point on, she said, "Okay, I'm going to go to college" as a woman at that time, which is insane. Think about. She got tuberculosis then, TB, and she went back to Ireland and got both of her like she got one lung completely removed and the other lung was 25% gone. So she lived her entire life with 75% like of her lungs existing, and she made it to 95. Is that not like fucking incredible? Is that not like insane to think about? Uh yeah, she had like uh, am I forgetting now? Oh my god. She had a crazy life. I'll just say that much. And there was one story that was really, really funny where she got robbed. There was some guy who came in, and she was an old lady at this point. She couldn't get up from her like chair without assistance, and there was the stranger who walked in and said, "Oh, your son and your daughter, or whatever, you know, whatever they say, just like trying to get shit from them. They need money. They're after crashing the car and they need money desperately. Can you point me to where the money is?" And she was like, just didn't tell him. She was like, they're fine. They're rich. They're good. They'll find their own way home or whatever. Uh, yeah. He went through her room and the whole house and like robbed a lot, but not the valuables because she kept it hidden in a funny place, and literally like the most cartoonish shit like underneath the fireplace. And afterwards, when we found out like she got robbed, the first thing she said was like, "Oh, I hope he, I hope he got the money because he must have needed it a lot." Like, this is how much of a sweetheart she was, where she, even to people who did her wrong, she thought about them and hoped for the best for them. Like, she was a literal saint. Uh, and I know she's somewhere better now. And she makes me believe that there is like a better place out there. She's one of the goats, if I do say so myself. And like, it's kind of weird, like when you're not like sad for someone to die, because like she pretty much raised me as well and my brother. But when I like, I'm happy that she went out in like one of the best like possible ways, where like you're surrounded by everyone. And like one of the thoughts in my head was like, if I die, I want to be like that kind of, you know, like around everyone you love. It's a nice way to go out. It's a cool way.